Okay, today I'm going to talk about Jim Carrey and a few other things that revolve around celebrities. He's my hero. Yeah, you shouldn't really have heroes. You can be anything you want, but there are those who will step out and speak up and basically in the old days would have been burned at the stake. Fortunately, we have a platform now where we can speak up, but that doesn't change the conflict that happens around speaking up. I want to mention a few things about what's going on in media, YouTube, and even what some of my subscribers have recommended that I should do to get more views. And I don't blame anybody for anything, because it's a mindset that we are programmed to believe that getting things is good. Attention, going along with what's going on out there is good as long as you get things from it. And most people are, I'm going to use this word, cowards. It's fear. It's not their fault. I'm going to tell you what I know about Jim Carrey, and you can draw your own conclusions. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. I hope you'll subscribe. So, it's not easy to get on social media, being an influencer, and trying to figure out what your public wants to hear in a positive way. You see, I'm never going to conform my channel to just get views. Yeah, we put up clever thumbnails and titles, but the essence of all of my videos will never be of a negative or fearful nature. I'm letting you know right now that breaking through fear is the most powerful thing you can do. Everything that I teach, my courses, my books, my channel, is going to stick to that. And I will not conform to the BS out there just to get a bunch of views. Now I want to talk about Jim Carrey. And yes, I hope you'll subscribe and share my videos, because if we don't take a stand on shutting down the negativity and the lies just to, like I said, get views and attention, we will poison the collective who believe all of this stuff out there. I'm going to just give an example of something I saw, and I want you to understand that there is no one above or below you. We see NFL players making a fortune, millions of dollars, to appear on junk food commercials here in the United States, promoting garbage that's poisoning all of us if we eat it. But why are we eating that? Because an NFL player who is in great shape, who's maybe got some Super Bowl behind him, maybe a few, said that I should eat a cookie that's a foot long or a big old sandwich that's loaded with toxins and garbage, or a bag of some garbage food that has no nutritional value at all. But they're going to do some cute commercial and I'm supposed to go buy it because he got millions doing it. I guarantee you they don't eat any of that stuff. They are compromising their values for money, and that is a low frequency. And I don't care how many Super Bowls somebody won. You have to start looking at the essence of the messages. And I don't blame them. They're in programming to say, hey, you can make millions of dollars and take care of your family. You'll never have to work again or worry about all that money you're spending. Yeah. They're beautiful, lovely people, but they're ball players, they're sports people, and that doesn't mean that they make better decisions than anybody else. But they can use their power for good, or they can use their power to influence people in a negative way. There are now shots being promoted. Now we're not hearing so much about vaccines, right? We're not getting pelted with that as much. Why? Now we have shots to get people to lose weight, and all the stars are doing it, and most of them are lying about how they're doing it. And there's very little truth out there about what the consequences of that are, because as one doctor said online, who is speaking the truth about the side effects of these things, he said that doctors are told to promote the heck out of it now before we figure out what the side effects eventually will be. And they're not going to be good. We want to cut corners. We want instant results. We want everything in a material world that's going to make us happy, and it never does. So, Jim Carrey, what is Jim Carrey to have to do with any of this? I just saw a video on him. He's gone into great spirituality about really understanding that he is no one, and that every role he's played, he said, everything, including Jim Carrey, is a role he plays. He doesn't even know who he is because he doesn't know who he'd be if he wasn't famous. And he has stepped out of the limelight because he has spoke up, said that 90% of all the media you're going to read about anybody is made up. We know this, yet there's so many people who follow that. It's all about the eyeballs. Somebody said to me that I should look at another influencer's YouTube channel to see what he's doing that's so great, right? And I did, and it was extremely negative. Discussing things like Black Jesus and it's the end and, prepare for this and that. Now, by the way, again, those could be just titles to get attention. I'm okay with that if it gets you to watch the video, but the video's just as fearful. I will not compromise who I am to get views because that person did. And by the way, I really appreciate that suggestion. Somebody's just trying to help me. My point was, I don't care about just getting views. I care about giving my public what they want to hear to earn those views. I would love 2 million subscribers, but not at the sacrifice of speaking about things that I think are destructive and fearful. They're just going to get eyeballs. I won't do it. So Jim Carrey, he's put himself in a very precarious position because now people love to call him insane, and he's basically been ignored by media and all of Hollywood because he's calling them out and saying you're all compromising your values, you're going along like sheeples. And the other thing too is I think about if the world wars, if the people who really didn't believe in it actually didn't take action and stepped back and didn't participate, there would be no wars, including the one that's going on right now. So many people in that war know darn well that they shouldn't be participating. In the beginning, it was a huge thing. The soldiers were running off. They didn't want to kill anybody. Yet now we're deep into it. Why are we allowing this? Why is the world allowing this? Why is humanity allowing this? Murder is murder. And we have to stand up now and say, how are we going to change this? And it's not by looking up to celebrities who are just as, actually more insecure than anybody, because they constantly need that attention. They constantly have to make themselves great or do things that are going to keep them in the limelight and making money. That's very distorted, and they're not all like that. What are we going to do? Who are you looking up to? You have to be your own hero. People like Jim Carrey, man, he's something else. For him to speak up like that and continually call people out, that's not an easy thing to do. But he is being true to himself, and I respect that greatly. He's not selling out. He said one thing I thought was so cool. You're never going to hear other celebrities say this, but I have enough. I have enough fame. I have enough stuff. I have enough attention. I have enough. And most people out there, whether they're celebrities or not, feel like they don't have enough. Do you feel like that right now? It's an epidemic. I don't have enough. I'll get a shot. That'll make me look better because I don't want to do it myself. I want the gratification. I can't get enough of all this stuff that's being fed to me, which, by the way, did you know that companies that make these foods tested children when they're eating it to see what kind of effects it has on the brain? They studied to see if it triggers stuff. The more sugar and the other garbage that's in it, the more it creates a euphoric feeling, an addictive feeling, the more they'll promote that and create that for those kids. Did you know 6-year-old kids are getting those shots to lose weight? We've got to get a grip on this, people. Now, this is what's going on out there, and it's rampant, and it's going to get more and more in your face until you say no. Until you stop eating the garbage, stop using the garbage, stop drinking water out of plastic bottles, which is pure toxic, and wondering why all these people are getting cancer. We're not going to escape this material world, but we can change it. So, Jim Carrey, man, awesome, awesome. Keep speaking up, my man. If I could get him on this channel, I would have him here in a split second. And it's not easy to stand up. Yeah, I might stay around, hover around the 100,000 subscribers. I'm okay with that. But I want to give you what you want to hear. You know, the most popular channels, Law of Attraction. How do I get stuff? I teach you that I don't believe in law of attraction. I believe you either are that or you are not. You either are that person who's abundant, and if you really want to go into that space of having everything you could imagine, it requires a high frequency. You can get abundance, you can get the stuff on a low frequency, but the consequences are way too great, and I know you don't want that, or you wouldn't be on my channel. I don't care who Black Jesus is. I don't care what color Jesus was. I don't care who says anything about that. I don't want to promote videos that take sides or explain all that stuff. It's more garbage to fill your head to worry about the material world when we don't have any of those answers. There's one source, and it's perfect, and it's you. And it's unconditional love with no judgment, no separation. It accepts all. Yes, accepts all. It doesn't take sides, because it is the sides. It is the light and the illusion of darkness that allows it to know itself. When you go into what I call the knowing, and if you've read my book, you will understand this. We're in the tipping point where this is going to be so in your face. And when those who step out actually call it out, I want you to understand they're going to be attacked. They are going to be attacked, and that's okay. But you have to go into your heart and ask yourself who you're going to listen to, and it needs to be you. It needs to be you. And why you're listening to anything out there. People say, how do you know anything? And I said, because I'm going here. I don't go to other channels. And remember, whatever you do, you are allowing that into your energy field. Everything that you create in your reality is what you allow, what you focus on, which is entanglement. And therefore, it is. You don't attract it. I don't attract the penthouse down to the basement. I can't be acting like this and expect these results. You got to get up to that penthouse. That means you got to do some work. And you got to shut it down, my friend. Shut it down. So Jim Carrey, kudos. You're going to go into that state of peace if you already aren't. I know that you're an amazing person, and boy, it took a lot of, or big kahunas to do what you did, but the consequences, the results are going to be amazing. I'm sure they already are. And I want to just say to those of you who have said that you've lost so much recently, these are transformational times. I want to remind you that Eckhart Tolle was on a park bench for 2 years, homeless, in total euphoria. This material world will not satisfy you, and you don't have to lose everything to understand that space of enlightenment. But look where it led him. So whatever's happening in your life, you can make the higher choices, and you can change anything. Anything. No matter how dire your circumstances, just know it's exactly the way it should be, and that if you don't like it and you would like to make a higher choice, you can do that. It's never too late. It's never too late. It's just this moment. And as Eckhart Tolle said, it's the power of now. And right now is what you're creating, which creates your future, which can change your past when you see it differently, because everything has divine purpose. I won't tell you any gloom and doom. Any predictions that have been haven't happened. We're way past that because we changed it. There is great hope here, and all things are possible. So again, I hope you'll subscribe. And those of you who are taking action, I'm teaching people how to create planet-friendly online businesses, doing things they're passionate about. This is how we should be earning. And that free video, that free webinar is here. If that's something you want to pursue, you can live that life. It's going to take effort, but it's so great. My students are loving it. They're getting healthier and happier. And they're creating businesses they can actually earn and walk away from the destructive places they've been working at. If that's your situation, you might want to check this out. These are free. I have a free webinar here that shows you the steps of breaking through the fear, letting that energy field go, actually transforming it, really. It never actually goes away. It's still a part of you. It's valuable, but you'll see it differently, and then you'll realize, oh, it's pretty darn special, and I can use it and do something amazing right now. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.